Welcome back to Math That's Easy, step by step. In this part 51 video, I'm building off of the part 50 video. So this particular part 51 video builds off of the example number 2 from part 50 video, finding the mark down. So I want to continue and show you how to use that problem in example number 2 to find the tax, which is called a markup from that discounted price. If you haven't watched part 50 video concerning the 60% discount on the vehicle, you're going to want to watch that video first in order to continue, in order to figure out what the tax is. I don't want my videos to get 12, 15, 20 minutes long. I have to kind of try to keep them short if I can. So, if you haven't seen it already, go back, watch part 50 video. It's example number 2. It's kind of long, about 8 or 9 minutes, but it will help set you up to find the tax or the markup in this example number 1. Okay, so you bought a new car for $32,850. It has a marked down discount of 60%. Right, which was equal to $19,710. This was what we had found in example number 2 of the markdown videos, part 50. Okay, so the cost of the car is $13,140 after the discount was subtracted from the $32,850. That's the discount before tax. So this is the discounted cost of the vehicle when we subtracted the $19,710 from the original cost of the vehicle. Okay? If the sales tax is 7.75%, what is the tax value? What is the total cost after taxes? Okay, so step 1, we want to determine the tax value by changing the percent into a decimal and then multiplying times the cost of the item after the markdown discount. Okay, so when you're taking taxes of the value after the markdown discount has been subtracted from the original cost of the item, right? So after the markdown or the discount has been deducted from the original cost. In this example, the discounted price of the vehicle went from around $32,000 to $13,140. I'm going to take the tax of this amount, right? But first I got to change that tax percentage into a decimal. All right, so you remember how to do this. You take the decimal of the percent value, you move it 2 places to the left, add my 0 placeholder. Now it's 0.0775, like you see right here, 0.0775. It's that easy. Move it 2 places to the left, you see the arrow to the left, cross off, delete, get rid of your percent symbol, because now it is a decimal. So what I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to take the cost after the discount, after the markdown, which is $13,140. And then I'm going to multiply times the decimal tax value of 0.0775. That will give me, in my answer, the markup or the tax value that needs to be added to the cost after the markdown discount. So the taxes, the value I find here for the taxes will be added to the $13,140. Okay, one of the things I want you to notice when you're manually multiplying with decimals is you have to notice how many digits to the right of the decimal are there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits to the right of this decimal. It's very important And if you've been watching my videos, you know why. But if not, I'll remind you, because with your final answer, you're going to have to do something special with that invisible decimal, right? And so, of course, you could just use your calculator if you're not taking an assessment, you're out there doing some shopping. You would just punch in 13,140 or the value of your item times the tax as a decimal, like you see here, and it'll give you a quick product. Remember, product's the answer to a multiplication problem. But for many students that I work with, when they take standardized exams or assessments, they're not allowed calculators for some problems. So I'm going to manually show you how to do this. This is going to be a little lengthy of a process, but it's really worth your time to watch. It's worth my time to teach. And so, hey, let's get started. We'll start with the 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. I'll put the 0. I'll carry the 2. See how it's written in black? I'll carry the 2. In my next product, I'll add the 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So that's where the 7 came from. Now I'll multiply 5 times the 3, and that's 15. I'll put the 5 here, and then I'll carry the 1. See, it's written in black, and I'll add it to my next product. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. Okay, so before I multiply with this next digit, what do I have to do? Do you remember from some of the other videos? I've shown you before. All right, if you said place a 0 as a placeholder before multiplying with that 7 digit, you are absolutely correct. Spot on. You nailed it. Excellent job. All right, so once you place that placeholder, then you can start multiplying with the 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 4 is 28. I'll put the 8. I'll carry the 2. Notice it's written in purple. There's the 2 in purple. I'll add that to my next product. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. That's where the 9 comes from. All right. 7 times 3 is 21. I'll put the 1 here. I put the 2 right next to the 1 in purple. And then I'll multiply 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. All right, there's something special I need to do before I multiply with that second 7 value. Do you remember what that was? All right, so instead of just one placeholder like I did before, I put 2 placeholders before I can multiply with this second 7. So before I did 1 placeholder, now I'm going to do 2 placeholders. What do you think I'm going to do before I multiply with the 0? I'm going to put 3 placeholders. All right, so now I've got the 2 zeros here. I can start multiplying with 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 4 is 28. There's my 8. I carried my 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. Okay, 7 times 3 is 21. There's the 1. I carried the 2 in orange. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. Okay, and so now I'm going to show it to you, but I'd like to bring it back here. Anything times 0 is 0. So 0, 0, 0. The only thing I'm going to show you that's worth value is showing you those placeholders. Let me do that now. Okay, so again, before I can multiply with this next digit, I have to put 1, 2, 3 placeholders here before I multiply. And again, anything times 0 is 0. Hey, let's add up all these values. Okay, so 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0 is 0. 7 plus 8 is 15. I put the 5. I carry the 1 right here. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 8 is 18. Plus 5 is 23. So I have my 3 here, and then my 2 here. 9 plus 1 is 10. 6 plus 2 is 8, so that's 18. I put my 8 here. I carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 1 more is 11. I put the 1. I carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. I write down the 10 here. So I have my value. And again, how many digits did we multiply at the beginning? To the right of the decimal, there were 4. So show your invisible decimal. Move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. That's what I'm showing you here. And you have your $1,018.35 tax value. All right, so you can see that right here, $1,018.35. That's a markup. That's the tax. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Join me in the next video to finish this problem.